Hey everybody, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Thank you so much for joining me for Project Life. This is week 46, so stick around. Hi friends, it's Jen with ChappyPlans. Happy Monday and Project Life Day and all the things. Happy whatever day it is to you if it's a special day. Today I'm working in my Project Life album. I've got some stamps I'm going to pull out, which I feel like I never do, so that's exciting. Some puffy stickers and a bunch of black word phrase stickers. And then I've already pre-cut out these little labels and these pocket cards, which are part of a 12 by 12 piece of paper that came with the I think it came with the color storyteller kit. And then the only thing from this current Stories by the Month kit that I'm using is the November 3x4 title that I'm using as the title card with the gold foil. So let me speed up the camera and continue the voiceover. Right, so we were still at Disney at the beginning of the week, Monday through Tuesday, and then Wednesday we flew home, so I'm going to be documenting those things. I realized, however, when I put these photos in the spots in the page protector that they were out of order chronologically, which kind of bothers me a little bit, so I end up switching them around. Doesn't really matter for you, I guess I'm just letting you know in case you're that observant. So the first photo that should be on the left is actually the one that's on my right side of the screen, the selfie of us inside of Toy Story Mania. The title card, I'm just keeping simple with the week, a couple of the puffy stickers, and then stamping the dates. I also added later on a word phrase sticker because I kind of forgot about them, so I added one that says deep breath and then move on to working on the photos. So like I said, those currently strips, those are cut apart from a piece of pattern paper that was in the color storyteller kit as well. And you could see I'm kind of going based off, like using the embellishments based off of the colors of the cards that are already in the pockets. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 that say detail. And then there's like a little semicircle where I did some journaling, and then on the top is where I did the stamping. So this picture, which I'm going to move all the way down to the bottom of the page once I get some new tape, is from the day before we left. Tuesday, we went to Fantasia Gardens to go mini golfing. It was really cool. It was a really huge, very long course, different than anything we'd ever done. And we loved it. We spent quite a few hours there, and then we went over to the Disney Springs, did some shopping, and we had dinner there, celebrated my belated birthday dinner because that is what I wanted to do. So that was really fun, and I got like a lobster roll that was delicious, and yeah, my favorite. So I can't wait to document more of that when I work on my Disney album, probably next year in the beginning of 2026 is my plan. Okay. So then I realized the other 3 photos I have are all from Monday of the week, which was the 10th, and where we were at Hollywood Studios. And like I said, this one is a selfie of us inside Toy Story Mania. So we got those really, really stylish 3D glasses on. And all those little word phrase stickers that or not stickers, die cut paper pieces, whatever you want to call them, I don't know, that I'm fussy cutting out are they just say currently repeated. And then I went into my stash of chipboard and I tried to pull out chipboard pieces that match the color and the made sense for the photo that it was paired with. So on it, I just wrote Hollywood Studios, and then I stamped the date. And then I added a word phrase sticker. One says Seek Adventure and the other one says Ha, because we're making silly faces. Trying to be kind of like, serious. And then I'm going to work on another photo of the 3 of us that we got taken in front of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge inside Hollywood Studios. So that one's got a black currently, and I put "This is the place, so much love," and then I have a chipboard piece that says Far and Wide, which that's from the travel collection last year, I believe. And then the puffy stickers I'm using, the hearts, are from Walmart, actually. And the little tiny, like, critter stickers that are super cute, those are in the greeting card section from Target. All right, so once I get that set up, then I'm going to work on embellishing the picture of myself with two of my favorite characters, Max and Goofy, the Goofy movie. Goofy movie is one of my faves. So again, trimming out that currently word, and then I have this chipboard piece that says play in lots of fun fonts there in Allie's handwriting, and then I put wishing for this moment because couldn't believe that they were there and that I got to meet them, and just added a little puffy sticker. So on the two cards that say detail 1 and 2, I took these big alpha stamps. They're some of my top 3 faves from Allie Edwards as far as fonts, the alpha fonts go. And I obviously chose them because they coordinate with the font on the title card there. So I stamped the initials because they are larger. So I just stamped HS for Hollywood Studios and FG for Fantasia Gardens. And then I pulled out some of these stamps that I have, just looking for linear like phrases that made sense for what I wanted to journal about. So on the Hollywood Studios card, I stamped Day at the Park. I love this place and best day ever. And then I had some fun and just kind of put fireworks all over because we did see Phantasmic at the end of the day. So I talked about all of the things that we did. Obviously very, very vague because there's way too much journaling and not enough room. And then on the one that says Fairy Tale Gardens, I stamped Explore More, Life Was Made for Adventure, and Best Trip Ever. And then I just found this like leafy pattern because it was, I didn't have anything that was mini golf related or anything like that. So I was looking for something that just was sort of reminiscent of like outdoors. And so I stamped the sun and then all those little leaves all over. And I journaled about it being our last day in Florida, getting a really delicious breakfast before we did the mini golfing, and then, our dinner. Then the bottom row is the picture of Norah on looking out the window as we are leaving and heading back home. On the first leg of the flight, there was just one layover and we had no issues. Luckily, we were very, very blessed that we were able to get through security and everything went well. Nothing was awry, and we were even able to check our luggage at the hotel the night before we left, and it made it all the way to Albany with no problem. So that was super fun. And then on the number 3 detail, because it's black, I didn't want to stamp on top of it. I mean, I could have done like maybe some embossing, but I just didn't feel like taking all that stuff out for now. So I just kept it simple, and I put a couple puffy stickers, the suitcase and the passport. Those are from the travel collection last year or the year before from Allie Edwards as well. And I talked about just our travel on Wednesday. The picture of Norah I kept super simple. I had this chipboard that says what I do on the plane, and I think that's perfect. And I have a couple of stickers. One says heights and one says traveling, and then I put the airplane puffy sticker on top of that. And that is going to wrap up the left side of this spread. You can see how it all came together in real time right now. And I do want to mention that when I'm stamping, I speed up the camera to 8 times. The usual speed for these videos is 4 times original. And then most of the journaling I completely cut out just to save time. Then I just have this picture of the cats snuggling together on the couch in the craft room. I just put more with that chipboard, the currently, and then love with the puffy heart. Then I stamped home on the number 4 detail paper and just talked about having to do a lot of laundry, having happy cats, going back to school for Norah, work for Matt, and back to the comfort of my safe space, my craft room, and said that there truly is no place like home. Then the middle row is a picture of me with the 2 cats literally laying on top of me together, which they hardly ever do. So they both really miss me and both wanted to claim their territory. So I have the perfect chipboard sentiment that says right now equals in the middle of it all, because I literally was in the middle of a cat sandwich. And then a selfie of Jen and Linda and myself on Friday. We got together and did some shopping and chatting and journaling and just had the best time.
Middle
and
card,
I had the
I stamped
absolute
J
delicious
plus J
horchata
plus L
tea latte
for Jen and
this
Linda.
local
And
restaurant that we went to. It was
bottom
super
row,
delicious,
I have
and it was just
the
Norah
best
and her
day.
friend Fiona dressing up, and I have it embellished with a chipboard that says this game, because they were playing a game, obviously dress up of some sort. And I put XOXO was one of the stickers, and then this moment, and then a puffy heart. Along the way, I've also been stamping the date on the photos, and then on this card that says, ah, yeah, this, I don't even know what storyteller or Stories by the Month kit it's from, but the colors were perfect. And even the little semicircle where above where it says, ah, yeah, I was like, oh, that's amazing, because it's the same shape as the other semicircles on those journaling cards. And I stamped the abbreviation for weekend, and then I used those black stickers that I used to put WK for week on the title card to act as the initials for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I could journal about each of the days. So I just expanded more on our friend day on Friday, and also talked about going to a dinner at our friend's house, and then Saturday cleaning, and then Nora's friend coming over and staying overnight, and then Sunday having church, and then Norah bringing home a couple of friends after church as well. So that wraps up our very busy week back right after our trip. I'm so excited to have it all documented. Like I said, I will be doing a separate Disney album after December Daily and the new year begins, but that is going to wrap up this week. I know I went pretty quick, so if you have any questions, as always, feel free to leave those in the comments, or you can always message me on Instagram. I'm usually much quicker at responding there. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching. Do me a favor, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so that way you don't miss any of my other content that I have coming, which I'm super excited because it's December daily season, so you know I'm going to be doing that. Oh, here is a look at the right side of the spread in real time and all together. All right, friends, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And take care of yourselves. Remember that you are enough, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.